congrats on the film. I love this movie. It's amazing. I really think it's one of the year's best. So,
Wow.
kudos to you and the crew and the cast. I love how it plays so perfectly to the Sopranos world, but it has been 14 years since the show ended and since you last directed. And I'm just wondering, was it easy to slip back into the world of these iconic characters?
The only way it was easy was it was easy to step back into the language of the show and the tone of it. That combination of really sort of dark insights about what it's like to be human, but also with absurd humor and bursts of violence that are bursts of ridiculousness. So that combination of tones that David created for the show, that felt easy to get back into, but in many other ways it was not at all easy. It was it was a challenge to try and find the spirit of the show when we take away two of the main things that define the show. The fact that there was no James Gandolfini was really a big deal. The fact that the show was popular partly because it was contemporary, tacky New Jersey, and we're going back into period where it's a kind of more romantic time of the mob, and going from the small screen to the big screen. So in many ways we were changing radically the terms of it, but trying to keep that spirit of the Sopranos experience true.
Yeah, and I love how the film is also very welcoming in structure and writing, and it's good for new audiences with the characters that we can understand from the ground up. So
Right.
I know there is talk of a sequel for Michael, who is flawless, by the way, and I'm sure that was a personal and important part for you to have him in the movie. But any possibility of also a spinoff for Leslie's Harold, because he was a phenomenal character. I loved his
Absolutely.
character.
I'm really glad you brought that up because because of the way David writes, there are several story strands going through it, and one of the most important ones and one of the most challenging ones to get right was Harold's story, because he doesn't have as much screen time as Dickie, but his story has to hold its own against Dickie. And thank goodness we got Leslie Odom Jr. to play him, because he brings this intelligence and this gravitas and this charm, so that you really, there's a fully formed person there that you really can follow. And he's got, not to give anything away, but one of the big questions of the movie is, is our destiny locked, or can we change who we are? Can we rewrite who we are? And he's the only character who maybe has a positive answer to that question. And it's, because of the experiences in '67 with the riots and stuff, you see him sort of change over the course of the movie. He should get his own spinoff. He should get That's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, again, the movie is amazing. I loved it so much, and I can't wait for audiences to see it. I think they're going to be so happy. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.